Tanner Lee and Josh Munt of the Tan and J Man Show here. And this afternoon, we're joined by Isaiah Jackson, recently graduated senior, or soon to be graduated senior from Rochester High School, and will be an incoming freshman football player for Olivet Nazarene. Isaiah, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime.
I guess first off, since you're the first senior I've talked to, what's the past few months been like going through your senior year with the COVID-19 going on?
Honestly, it's pretty crazy, to think of something like this to just hit and everything's gone. Basically, you don't have your occasional senior activities such as your senior trip or your senior camp out. We didn't even get to do our senior prank, which kind of sucks. But it was pretty crazy, But I sort of just stuck with it, just something like this is pretty crazy. You just gotta, battle through it. So did the best we could. And now, we're done.
And you played basketball, correct?
Yeah, basketball.
And you guys had just won the sectional championship when the world ended, is what I like to say.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was pretty crazy. We actually, that week, we went to, I believe we were playing at Lapel. We were going to play at Lapel for our regional, and we were practicing that week. And we went down there, and our coach, Coach Malco, told us, we may not even play with a crowd. And we were like, whoa, a crowd in Indiana is pretty big, especially when you get into the regional. So we were like, wow, this is pretty crazy. And now I sort of regret it. I wish we actually just played without a crowd, And then a couple days later, that entire week was pretty crazy, even in school, because we would have new updates like within every hour throughout the day saying, oh, this game's canceled. We may schedule a different time. And then the whole tournament's canceled. So that was pretty crazy to me. And I was just like, so are we, going to finish our season? Is it going to be in the summer? Because they were talking about having it in the summer. But I guess we're just done in general. So I guess you could say we ended on a very mysterious quest, something like that. We had unfinished business, legit.
I know I was anxious to see you guys play against Luke Brown, one of the state's leading scorers there in the first round of the regional. I was anxious to see how you guys were going to match up against him.
Yeah, they were actually going to have me guard him, so it was going to be pretty crazy.
That would have been a fun challenge, I think, for you. That would have
been pretty fun. So,
but as I mentioned, you're going to be an incoming freshman at Olivet Nazarene.
Yeah.
You're going to play football there.
Yep.
When do you report to school, and when does camp start for Olivet?
So I have orientation July 17th. So I'm going to go there and, go another tour around the campus, of course. And then we move in August 1st. And then August 2nd, which is crazy, is our high school's graduation. So it's pretty crazy for that. But other than that, once I move in, we're going to start getting it together. We have like 4 weeks until we start our season. And what's crazy is that we actually took 2 games off of our season this year. So we're only going to have 9 games, of course. We took off Indiana Wesleyan and Siena Heights. So, it kind of sucks for me because I'd like to play, in state against Indiana Wesleyan, of course. But, I'm just glad we still have a season, or, at least we have sports,
Yes.
A lot of people say that, sports is useless. You don't need sports. Well, I'm looking at right now, there's nothing to do. Nothing. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because usually sports is kind of the something people can grab onto to get away from problems. And right now, without many sports, you can't really get distracted from what's going on.
Exactly. And then what's crazy with us is my family is just all sports. So I got my little sister, she does soccer. My other brother does basketball and football. My sister does travel basketball, and she does basketball in general. She's in high school right now. And then, of course, I'm doing football. So it's, having no sports right now is like, we're sitting at home like, we don't really watch TV like that, or, we're always, going around everywhere. So It's pretty crazy.
I've always wondered what the world would be like without sports, and I do not like it.
No, I don't either. I'm right there with you. I'm
Yep.
right there with you. It is boring. It is boring.
So going back to Olivet Nazarene, why did you choose Olivet? And did you have interest from any other schools that you were looking at or anything?
Yeah, I actually did. What's crazy is that I've never actually stepped foot on an NAIA campus, and because I was getting looked at Valparaiso, Eastern Illinois, and I was just like, okay, I really want to go D1, but maybe I'm gonna give it a shot. The guy coach hit me up. I was like, okay, let me just check it out. So I went to a game day visit. They were playing Trinity International. Their team's in Chicago. And so I was like, okay, walked around the campus. It was huge. I was like, wow, these facilities are nice. The people are amazing. And the thing about it is it's not too big of a school. There's about 4,900 kids, and so close to 5,000 kids. And everyone's just, in one good spot. It's not in like a rough environment or, and I'm 45 minutes from Chicago, which is cool because I also got family in Chicago. So that was another big thing for me. But I just like the team and the chemistry they had there too, and the coach that we have, Coach Hyman, he's changed our team around. So I looked at Olivet from their previous schedules, and if you look too, they were basically a laughing stock. They would always get beat all the time. When you play them, they're like, how do I say it? In our words, a casting. I don't know how to say it like that. Something like that. No offense to casting, but like I'm just trying to, relate.
Yeah, a game that you can usually mark as a W before the season starts.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like that, and now we're playing. We have seasons where we're above 500. So he's turning the season around. We're getting new guys in, and with my recruiting class, it's going to be pretty crazy. We got some guys that even decommitted from D1 schools coming there, and that's what I like about the school. And another thing too about college that I look at, especially in sports, when you have like my school, 23 seniors that graduate from the team, that shows that they love the school, and people didn't leave and they weren't selfish. They all stick together. That's what I like about the school too. And another thing about it is we actually have a couple guys getting looked at in the NFL right now. So that's another thing I like about it too, and especially with the Bears used to train there in the summer. That's what I liked about it, because I'm a Bears fan, of course, so.
I was going to say I've been to their campus twice. I went to two Bears training camps back in the day. So nice campus. Sounds like the perfect fit for you. I was looking at their record last year. They had a 6-5 record, but what stood out to me, particularly in their wins, they could put up some points.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I went on that game day visit against Trinity, they won, I believe, 84-7.
That's the one I was looking at.
There was a lot of records broke that game.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that. But it's amazing. But the sad thing is that quarterback that we have, he graduated, but he'll be on the staff this year. His name is Jordan Lawton. He'll be on the staff this year just to come back and help because of how much he loved the school. So that's what I liked about it.
Were you a two-way player in high school?
Yeah, I was a two-way player. Yeah, okay. I played outside backer and running back, but with our offense this year, we're more of a spread-like offense. So I may be playing, at the H position, which I actually did my freshman year, which is actually pretty cool. I just wasn't used to it because I was a freshman, just trying to get used to varsity football. But I actually like it, to be honest. And with my size and athleticism, I think it may be a fit for me.
Perfect. That was going to be my next question. So Josh stole that right out from under me. So.
Good question, Josh. Good question.
I guess going back to your Rochester playing days, what are some of your favorite Rochester athletic moments?
Oh man, I have a lot actually. It doesn't have to pertain to football or basketball.
No, it can
be anything. Okay.
Anything.
Okay. Perfect. Yep. I believe like my favorite moments, of course, is playing in the Bell games. Those are the best, of course. Basketball wise, playing Valley at Rochester my junior year was pretty cool. That environment, that was definitely Hoosier hysteria right there. It was pretty cool. But my favorite moment, to be honest, was being with Coach Hooker. I've been with him since I was middle school. And just some of his stories, man, just to say, like, everything he would say. My favorite quote is from him is "Shut up, Juice." That's my favorite one. He always used that, and it was hilarious. He would always get on my case sometimes, but I loved him. I loved him so much.
I was actually going to ask you about him because I played baseball for him. And
Yeah.
do you have a favorite Coach Hooker memory?
Favorite Coach Hooker memory. Let's see. Man, I have a lot actually. I think my favorite one was, let's see. Oh man, I have so many. Oh, 8th grade year, we were practicing, and we had a backup running back. You know, like you have like a second team that comes in and does the plays. Well, we had a kid on our team, and he thought he was, you know, all big and bad. So Coach Hooker was like, "Yeah, okay, you know, run a 28 sweep." So he gives him the ball, runs the wrong way. So of course Coach Hooker's like, "Come on, man, like run the play," you know. So we did again. You know how he gets when he gets mad. So he's like, "Run the play." So we run it again, and he runs the wrong way again. And he tells Coach Hooker that he's too fast for the quarterback when he gets the ball. He's too fast for the quarterback. So he said, "Well, you know, if you're that fast, let's see how fast you get on that goalpost over there." And he didn't even do anything. I was cracking up the whole time. I was like, "Wow, Coach Hooker, come on, man. Don't be doing it to him like that," because this guy never played football like that. But, you know, when you get on Coach Hooker's nerves, you know, you say one thing and you're done. You're done. But
Yeah,
that was my favorite memory.
that does sound like Coach Hooker for sure.
Yeah, that was Coach Hooker, man.
I know Josh has some good baseball stories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got picked off second base by the catcher in a sectional game, and I had never heard so many curse words yelled at me in my life. We ended up losing by one, and he pretty much blamed it on me. So that was a running joke now. How long ago was that? 12 years ago now?
See, that happened to me too my sophomore year. See, I was a little lippy on the field, of course. But I stopped doing that, of course, because of Coach Hooker. He told me we were playing Peru. It was senior night, and I was doing good that game. I actually had a pretty good game, but I started getting lippy, and they flagged me. So we got a touchdown, and I came on the sideline. He's like, "Jackson, get over here now." He grabs me over. He says, You don't talk like that. You don't talk like that. You're never gonna play again." And he started cussing at me. I didn't want to cuss right now, but he was cussing and all that, and I was just like, "Wow, like come on, like I don't think I'm ever gonna play now because you know when Coach Hooker's mad, he may change his mind or you know." So, and my best thing about Coach Hooker was when he gets on the refs. That is my best thing. He's so funny. Sometimes you got to calm him down, but he's pretty funny.
Well, yeah. I'm glad you brought him up naturally because that was the next thing down on my run sheet. So it's kind of like you're looking at my run sheet right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was perfect because we knew Coach Hooker very well. We had him as a PE teacher. Josh had him as a coach, and he was actually a guest on our podcast twice. A few years ago. So he was a fun guest, and so I'm glad you brought that up. Any good Coach Malco stories you can share with us?
Definitely when he gets mad, he punts the ball. When he punts the ball,
I've seen that.
Oh my gosh, that sort of scares me, to be honest. That scares me. Especially when you're not running the play right. Yeah, you're definitely gonna see that ball gone. You're definitely gonna see it gone.
I played freshman year basketball. That was the last year I played, but I vaguely remember it was Plymouth week when Rochester was still playing Plymouth in the varsity, junior varsity, and freshman. We were all practicing in the same gym. And I don't know what happened at during the varsity practice, but he got so mad. He threw the ball so hard against the backboard from the free throw line that it went in the air and landed past half court.
Yeah, that's Coach Malco. That's Coach Malco right there.
Yeah, but great basketball mind, good basketball coach. And like I said, that was amazing what you guys did this year. Won the sectional. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
What was your favorite victory as either a football player or a basketball player from Rochester? What victory, when you look back someday, is going to stand out more than the rest?
My favorite football victory was definitely sophomore year against Valley. That was a very good game. at that time, I believe we were 4-1 because we lost to Northfield, and that was a hot game. My gosh. I think at kickoff it was like 102 degrees. That's probably one of the hottest games ever. Yeah, we were 4-1, so like we were down. We were like, oh man, now we got Valley, all this. But Coach Hooker, got us together on that game. He got us pretty, I don't know how to say it, tempered. I don't know how to say it. He got us really tempered. But we won. I think we won 28-14 that game. That was a pretty good game. I had an interception that game. Was pretty good because I only played defense my sophomore year, so
Okay.
I was pretty excited then.
What was your record against Valley during your 4 years in football?
Yeah,
Do you
yikes.
remember?
I think it was 1-3.
Well,
We could have been 2-2 in my senior year, of course, but that whole second half, that's pretty crazy. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I know I crossed the pylon on that touchdown. They called a fumble. I'm not going to dwell on it, but there's a lot of evidence to prove that I crossed the pylon.
It was on TV. It was on TV.
Yeah. So
on the flip side, would you say that's the loss that sticks with you the most, or has stuck with you the most?
Loss that stuck with me the most, honestly, that game. But my sophomore year against Lewis Cass in the sectional first round, because we were supposed to win that sectional, and I don't understand. We just couldn't follow through. I don't know. We just had some plays we didn't follow through. But
besides Barnhart Field, what was your favorite football place to play?
Favorite football place to play? Definitely Peru and Valley. I just love playing at Death Valley. It was so nice. Besides the fans, of course, that's how it is. When they got the zebra on that zebra head, I'm talking about.
Yep.
I think they actually got in trouble by IHSA, if I'm not mistaken. I think
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but that is probably one of the best places to play, in my opinion. And I just like playing at Peru because the refs are pretty bad. You know how it is down in Wabash County. That's what every coach tells me on my team. They're like, oh, Wabash County. Those refs down there, I don't know how they get them. But I just like it. I think it's fun to me.
How about basketball? What was some of your favorite gyms?
Favorite gyms? Honestly, I believe I didn't get to play my freshman year, but it was the Hoosier Gym. That was probably the best gym that I got to experience, especially being on a movie and stuff like that. And we actually got to see the High School Basketball Hall of Fame in Newcastle. So that was pretty neat to see too. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another gym of mine that I thought that was pretty cool was, honestly, North Judson's. North Judson's gym was pretty nice. It was just like loud. I don't know how it was just so loud in there, and it looked very, traditional. I usually like traditional gyms because they have so much history behind it, So
I always thought that North Jetsons was nice. I always thought Warsaw's was pretty nice.
Warsaw was nice. I never got to play in Warsaw, so
yeah, that's right. I'm dating myself because Josh and I we graduated back in 2010, 10 years ago. So we're dating ourselves here a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we used to play Warsaw, Plymouth, Triton.
Did you guys play Jimtown?
I
thought you guys played Jimtown.
No? We did our senior year in football in the sectional.
Lost. Yep.
Yeah. I remember when I was little, Jimtown always beat us. It was always in the sectional.
They were really good.
Always.
Yep. They always had that.
They had a good quarterback. Yep. And Bremen too.
Yep.
But that was
cool. I always forget the schedule's changed so much the last 10 years. So
yeah, I think it's because of our class. Like if we were 3A, I think we'd still play those teams. But I honestly miss not being 3A because the exposure and the teams you play and stuff like that. I feel like it's more competition there. So
and arguably Rochester's best run for a guys sport in the last 20 years was in 2009 when the basketball team got runner-up as a 3A participant.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
But Bruce Grimm helped a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, just a little.
You mentioned you're a Bears fan. Any other favorite sports teams?
Basketball, Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
Baseball, the Cubs. Hockey, the Blackhawks. I'm all Chicago.
I was gonna say you're all Chicago. Okay,
I'm all Chicago.
I can respect that. I know Josh likes that.
Oh, well, I'm a big Cubs fan. That's about it. But
I mean, I'm still a Bulls fan, but if they don't get it together, they're gonna have to just clear the whole staff. They're gonna have to clear the whole staff because it's getting ridiculous.
Who are some of your current favorite NFL players?
Ooh, my current NFL players: Ezekiel Elliott. Receiver wise, Julio Jones, just because he's a very humble guy.
He is.
And he gets on the field, he does what he has to do, and he never disappoints, in my opinion. He never disappoints. Another receiver of mine is Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper. And I like Tyreek Hill because he's the cheetah.
He's
the
quick.
He's just so quick, But running back wise, Ezekiel Elliott, like I said, I did like Le'Veon Bell for a little bit until he just fell off. He really did fell off. When he went to the Jets, I was like, why? You don't have offensive line. I mean, I don't know what you can do there. And
money talks, I guess.
Exactly, but winning talks too. So
you're right. You're right.
I don't understand that. I really don't.
You're right.
Another running back was LaDainian Tomlinson. I loved LaDainian Tomlinson. I still watch his old clips. Yeah. I love LaDainian Tomlinson and Marshall Faulk too. Marshall Faulk was pretty cool.
Two good ones, two classy guys, two Hall of Famers right there. So those are good ones to model your running style off of.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to ask you earlier, what are you going to major in at Olivet?
So my career I want to be as a sports analyst. So I want to major in journalism and communications.
There you go.
So get right in there. Of course, your freshman year, you're going to take general education, get that out of the way. But those are my intended majors. So
a very good path to go down, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh, you have any more specific questions? Because I got some random ones that we usually do with guests.
I do not. You stole my two earlier, so I'm a little upset about that. But
sorry,
I don't have anything else.
All right, this first one, Isaiah, is kind of a funny one, but I think we've asked every single guest we've ever had on the podcast. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't think so.
All right. See, I agree with you. It's its own category.
That's what I mean. When you said that, I was like,
I know people.
Bun,
I know
they have their own hot dog bun. So
I know people that have their mindset that it is a sandwich, and I always argue, no, that and a bratwurst, it's their own category.
I think Coach Hooker actually said it's a gourmet sandwich.
He did.
Oh my! I could hear him say that.
He did.
I could hear him say
the delicacy. I think that's the exact words he said.
I forgot about that.
Oh man.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Wow, I have a lot of them. I'm more of like a 90s movies, something like that. I like 90s movies. So definitely Friday, because I just loved Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. They were so hilarious.
They're funny.
Sports movies, definitely Remember the Titans and Coach Carter. Those are two great ones.
Yep. Can't go wrong with those.
Oh, I know.
Favorite type of music?
I actually listen to a lot of different music. I could listen to country, rap, reggae, jazz, old school. I could listen to anything, to be honest. Just has to be good.
Yep.
That's all I have to say. Just has to be good.
Pretty diverse taste of music. I like that.
Yeah.
Favorite musical artist?
Ooh. Wow, I got a lot. I really do have a lot. Well, currently is definitely Nav. You guys probably never heard of him, but he's a Canadian rapper. He's pretty good. I listen to Sam Cooke. That's probably my favorite artist, all in all. He's just, I don't know, he's just very inspirational. I just love his lyrics.
I think he's one of the greatest singers of all time, too.
Yeah.
His voice is unbelievable.
It is. And I also listen to Michael Jackson, of course, because my middle name's Michael, so Isaiah Michael Jackson. So as a kid, I was always listening to Michael Jackson doing his dances and stuff like that. So I definitely love Michael Jackson, especially being a Hoosier guy too. So that's another thing. Yeah.
We were talking a little bit before we came on the air that you like to play some video games. So what's your favorite video game to play?
I got a lot of video games. I play Madden, 2K, Red Dead Redemption, Watch Dogs 2. Usually I play Madden just because I just like strategy games.
Yep.
And Madden is by far the most strategic game, in my opinion, because you have to know what route you're going to run on what coverage, or if you got to run the ball, if you got 8 in the box or something like that, it's just very strategic in my opinion.
Do you play on all Madden or all Pro or
all Madden? All Madden.
Okay.
I don't play on any other difficulty
all right.
because I don't know. I just can't play on those because they're just too easy.
Yep.
And so I just like to play in a difficult mode just so I can understand the game more.
Yep.
So
Xbox or PS4?
PS4.
Okay.
PS4. I'm a Sony guy.
Okay.
Tanner cannot beat me at Madden.
Really?
Or
False.
2K.
Oh my gosh.
We even dug up an old Super Nintendo, and he cannot beat me at NBA Jam.
Wow. Oh, NBA Jam. That's the best.
Like
that is the best.
Yep.
Yes, that is the best. I actually I still have a Nintendo 64, and nobody can beat me at Mario Kart. Still to this day, nobody can beat me at Mario Kart.
That's still.
Oh yes, for sure.
But Josh is full of lies, by the way, so don't believe a word he says.
I'll have to see first. I have to see it with my own eyes. First.
Yeah, he does. He's a sore loser, as I like to call him. So.
I am admittedly a sore loser.
Wow.
I don't like losing, and I don't take it very well.
That sucks.
What is
then don't lose. Then don't lose.
See,
don't lose.
I don't lose very often, but when I do, take it hard.
Oh man, that's crazy.
See, he might be fooling you, but our loyal listeners and viewers of the podcast, he can't fool them. So,
like I said, I'll have to see it with my own eyes.
Yep.
I'll have to see it with my own eyes. I'll need some videographic evidence.
Yep, we're gonna have to record ourselves playing a game.
We're gonna have to, yeah. Make sure it's live too. So
exactly.
We don't have any glitches or Photoshop.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I like the way you think. What is one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
One thing that people would be surprised to learn about me is just my personable skills. Like I can relate to anybody. I could literally talk to a stranger and I could talk to them for hours. I just am very relatable with anybody. I'm very easy to talk to. Like I said, I'm relatable, and I just love to talk to people. I just like to get to know their backgrounds and what they do and what's their interests and what they don't like. And, I just think it's really fun to me. So.
Well, that's a great skill to have. Keep that up because that will get you really far in life, in your education and post-education when you get into workforce. That's a great skill to have. And it's one it's not easy to obtain and you can't really teach it. So.
No, you really can't. And especially in this age, because of like the technology, people, would rather text somebody than, just talk to them face to face. So I think that's a very hard skill in this day and age. So I'm actually blessed I have a skill like that because it's just very rare to see nowadays. So
absolutely. So where can any of the listeners or viewers of the podcast find you on social media, if you don't mind sharing your handles out there?
You guys can actually find me on Instagram. It's a kind of weird name, but it's at Lil _LIL _ Jack20. You can find me there. Twitter, I don't really know my Twitter handle because it's got so many letters and stuff. So I'll have to copy and paste it or something for you guys to find out. But mainly just reach me on Instagram. Yeah, that's where I'm at mostly.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time this afternoon, Isaiah. Congratulations again on your upcoming graduation. I mean, the class of 2020 is going to go down in I would say textbooks, but I doubt you guys even use textbooks anymore, like e-textbooks.
Yeah.
I mean, your class is going to be in the history book too. You're going to be. I mean, it's a historical class, so congratulations of grinding away and I mean, sticking with it, and good luck at all of that, and good luck with your studies, good luck with your football career, and I'm sure the whole community of Rochester will be following you and cheering you on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. A few words of mine I'd like to say is I I'm greatly, appreciative of this opportunity to talk to you guys. What I'm trying to do is make sure that there's another way of getting out, and you can still be like playing sports. I just want to be a role model to people, so that's one thing I want to do. So whether it's playing sports in the workforce, doing something, I just want to be a role model to the kids, and I want them to have something they can look up to. So thank you.
Well said. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.